Okay, so yeah, so I guess a question I have for you is like, what do you like to do? What are some of your interests?
So some of my interests are I like to build computers.
No
Sorry, I
way.
like, huh?
No way.
Yeah, there you go. I had to deafen Discord for a minute, but yeah, I like to build computers and I like to work with cars. My dad got me into cars. I'm taking a autos program at my school currently. I want to be a diesel mechanic.
Amazing, dude.
Hmm.
Like a lot of schools are, I'm wondering, like, does your school have like a certain program where that's like very unique? Because I don't hear many schools having that kind of stuff.
I don't know what the program's called. I know it's just like an autos class, so like we're hands on with cars and stuff. So like we actually get to work, but with this COVID, they're thinking about having us go in for like 3 or 4 hours for shop time a week, so we could go work on
That's
cars. And
crazy.
then our school placed second in our engine building competition team. So like we go up against multiple teams again, all in the world. So like it's pretty cool. We
Dude, so
got
it's like a world ranked team?
yeah.
Wow, that's cool. What state are you in?
I'm in Illinois.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I wonder if that's like a
It's
Chicago
yeah,
thing.
it's around the Chicago area.
That's awesome that you got that opportunity. Um,
Hmm.
like, what do you think for you? Like, what do you see as your future?
I really want to go into something with cars. So like either auto mechanic or diesel mechanic. I want to work on big trucks like that.
Yeah,
But yeah, my dad got me into the car stuff. We're currently building a car, a home project car.
and you're like hanging out with your dad, and like,
Hmm.
dude, it's awesome that your family is supportive of the things that you like to do.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. If you could, what? So, if you had three wishes, what would you use them for?
Um, well, I mean, I'm really nice and I'm friendly. I like to help people out. So I'd probably end I would want to help homeless people, end starvation, stuff like that. Um, I'd probably get money to donate to charities. I want to help cancer, to fight cancer. I've had people in my family that have passed from cancer.
Has that been a difficult thing for you personally?
Um, I've gotten through it. And then yeah, I got through it. So it was a couple years ago, but um, I would also want to make a program for suicide prevention. My brother passed away about a year or two ago in house. So
Wow, dude, you have a story. You have a really interesting story. Would
mhm,
you like? I don't know how much time you have. I have a ton of time. If you would
mhm.
like to talk about some of these things and the lessons you've learned, I'm sure that some people listening could get something out of that.
Yeah. Um, I got some time. What should we start with?
Yeah. Well, I guess how about let's start with homelessness in kind of the order that you were talking about. What is it that for you that resonates about helping the homeless?
I feel like people in need should get the help they deserve and that they shouldn't be homeless and their situation sucks, but people don't realize that and what they've been through. I feel like they deserve more in life than they're getting right now.
Have you had like much like personal contact with the homeless at all?
Yes, I've helped homeless before. My dad works in Chicago. I've seen parts of Chicago that really people don't see or like, you know, are not around all the time.
And and in terms of the cancer, in your interest in cancer, like what is your story about family members passing away with that?
So my grandfather, my dad's father, he passed away from cancer. I don't remember what kind of cancer it was, but we were close.
Was that recent?
No, it was 3 or 4 years ago maybe, but
Yeah, still affecting. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. The grieving process never ends, right? It just kind of changes.
yeah.
Um, and would you mind talking at all about your brother and that
Yeah, I'm
story?
open to it.
Right.
So my brother, he had severe migraines, like really bad headaches, and they didn't know what it was, the doctors. So a week before, they put him on a different medication, and I guess that had like suicidal thoughts and stuff like that, and like they never found out what it was, but like still getting at least 4 or 5 bottles of pills. When
Wow. How did that affect you? Like, what was that whole? How were you affected by all this?
I'd first, like when it first happened, I didn't think it was. I thought he was going to come back. I didn't think it was true, but I loved my brother very much, and he was going to become a movie production productor.
Yeah.
He went to college in Chicago for it. He was very into Disney and stuff like that.
You have some good memories of him.
Hmm.
That's great.
Yeah.
Um, how old were you when all of this happened?
Um, my brother, I was 14. I think 13, transitioning into 14.
How old was he? Like 21 or 22 or
He was
something?
about going into 19 to 20, I think.
Oh, that is rough, man. That you were 6 years young. Like when you're 14 and you have a 20-year-old brother. Like that's
Hmm.
how did your family handle that?
My dad took it very hard. He's still taking it very hard. So is his mother.
Do you have any ad- advice or thoughts of or recommendations for people who are going through similar crazy circumstances?
I mean, my grieving process has been trying to keep myself out of the house since it happened in my house. I've been trying to hang out with friends or people I feel safe around, close family.
No.
You want to talk to people about it and try to get through it. You don't want to do the same thing that loved one's done. You want to get help, like they should have gotten help
Mm.
or should have talked about it. So you always want to talk.
For you, who've been the most helpful people to talk to?
Um, Mainly my dad or close friends.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't have a good relationship with my mother and my brother and sister. They're my half brother and sister, so we don't have the same mom. But I'm completely cut off from my mom, so I don't have a good relationship with her either. So it's mainly just my dad that I'm living with right now.
What could I ask you about your mom and what that is about? Or if not, that's okay too.
My mom cheated on my dad, and that was wrong. But life happens, and I stopped seeing my mom about a year ago now. She was dating a registered sex offender, and I did not know, and that's not safe. And she lied to the court, so I stopped seeing her. That was my choice,
Dude, that's
but
a hard choice. Unbelievable. That is an unbelievably hard choice.
mhm. So I have
God,
not talked to her.
how are you doing with all of this? Like it sounds like it's
Um,
just like one thing after the other. Like how are you? You know?
I don't talk to my mom. Like I really don't care. I'm cut off with that situation. My brother, I've been dealing with it fine. Um, Otherwise than that, I've been good. Been focusing on school, trying to get my career in line.
Could I ask you how old you are? Is that okay?
15.
15.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, these days, like
All the
this,
younger kids that like they do not need to deal with this. I should not have gone through what I've been going through right now.
I'm telling you, it's like real. It's like the economy sucks. All of these crazy things are happening, and younger kids are being forced to be the adults in situations.
In
And it's
situations, younger kids like us act more and know how to deal with stuff better than some of the adults do.
like, what? Why? Like, why? Why is this happening?
Like we shouldn't be going through this, enjoy
You
our
don't
child
deserve
life.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You don't deserve this, dude. I
We should be doing school, hanging out with friends, stuff that an average kid should do. Not go through all of this stuff that kids are going through these days, which sucks. But that's life.
It's like there's like everyone is over medicated. You have social media that's just like a hellhole.
Cyberbullying,
Yeah,
yeah.
cyberbullying. You have like the divorce rate is up. People, I think a lot of the divorce and all of this stuff comes from a foundation of people just not being able to trust each other and also people not being able to communicate effectively.
Hmm.
Right? What is your thought of that? I get very heated about this, man. So sorry.
Yeah,
You
the
know.
divorce, I mean, I've been so half of my age is how long the divorce went on, and my mom dragged it longer there, way longer than she should have. And then just recently she stopped paying child support. I don't know if she changed jobs or what she did, but like my dad needs that money sometimes.
Dude, thank you so much for being so open and honest about this.
I
Like,
like being open to people.
it's
Like I
great.
enjoy talking to people.
You're very easy to listen to, like
Hmm.
you're
It's my voice.
well, it's not only your voice, but it's the substance that you have.
Hmm.
Like you're not bullshitting. And it's
Yeah.
there's so much of that posing
Hmm.
in it like all over the place. And it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's tough to find, especially with someone who's, still in high school and I mean there's
Hmm.
yeah. Well, and what's really cool too is that you have, you're like building this car with your dad and like through all of this, like, and that's so important, right? Like to like, I guess
Yeah.
I'd want to ask you like, how important is it? Do you think?
It's important to both of us. He's been trying to get this car done forever now. We're close. He's so close to getting it done. It's just like wiring, interior, and like some minor things, and then the car should run.
Then you can just always be like, yeah, my dad and I
We built this.
create this
We did
car.
this together. Yeah.
It's freaking
Built it
awesome.
from the ground up. Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Like, what do you think? I usually ask people about kind of what they think about the culture, the general culture of the day, and things are always changing, things are always happening. But what are your kind of first thoughts of our culture and everything?
Um, can you explain more of like what part of culture?
Right. Well, I guess I'm interested in like how polarized things are these days. Um, how it doesn't seem kind of like what we're talking about with communication. Like, why do you like? It seems like there is a lack of awareness of how to be able to communicate, at least from the people who are leading our country.
Hmm.
And do you think that that's the case actually with the majority of people, or
Yeah, some people, we need more communication skills. Like people don't talk as much as they should. Younger kids, adults, they're going through situations that, people might not know about, and they need to learn how to talk about that with someone trusted that they can help with. I've helped countless amounts of friends with multiple situations. Even adult, I've helped an adult before. But yeah, people need to be more aware of how to communicate so things that bad don't happen.
in what ways do you think social media is helpful, and in what ways do you think it's detrimental?
Social media is helpful because it can help people that might not know how to make friends and actually talk to people. But then there's the negative sides. There's the cyberbullying, which kids our age don't deserve. Like everyone's their own person, but cyberbullying should not happen. You don't want to make someone down or like feel bad about themselves or their body. Like that doesn't matter. It's more of their personality. Body doesn't matter.
What are your thoughts of politics these days? This channel is very much like, you know, you can say whatever your thoughts are, and it's a space for free speech. So,
Hmm.
um, to me, that is sacred. Like being able to speak your mind. and not be judged. So,
Hmm.
would love to hear kind of your open thoughts about that.
I mean, for my view of politics, I really don't like Trump. Like, I mean, I'm not see like I don't really like any of the people that are going for voting right now. I don't like any of the views besides like um who's going what so I don't like Trump's views of things, and then the vice president. I don't like
Hmm. Oh, hold on one second. You froze. You. Oh, sorry, man. You froze. I need to get that frickin' Ethernet cord. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I think it'll be fine. Yeah. Uh, oh, there we go.
yeah, you
Okay.
froze too.
Yeah, sorry about that. My internet is just so bad.
There.
Like so many interviews have been freezing up. But
It's okay.
you were saying that you don't really agree much with the president or vice president.
Yeah, but like anyone that's running right now, I mean, I really don't like anyone that's running. You know, Obama did a lot of stuff for healthcare and that people needed, and now they're trying to take it away or make a new plan. But like the one that's they have right now is good for a lot of people.
Hmm.
Like people that need the help should get the help they deserve.
Hmm. Yeah. What are your thoughts of of Biden?
Um, I mean, Biden's okay. He believes in global warming. I forgot what plan they had. I didn't watch the whole debate. I watched part of it of when they were arguing about. So I forgot what was how much I got into watching it, but
Dude, I mean, it was just like a back and forth, like
argument like
no substance.
the vice president was just would not let her talk. Like she was just done,
Yeah.
which is not fair for her. But
Yeah. In terms of like your living situation, like in your community,
mhm.
how often do you communicate with like people of color or like Hispanic minorities?
Mhm.
Are you like in a mainly white neighborhood or?
All three. Yeah,
Okay, so it's a pretty diverse. You
yeah.
live in a pretty diverse. What are your thoughts? Have you talked to many of your black friends at all about like the Black Lives Matter movement and all the protests going on?
Yeah, I've talked to my one close friend about it. Otherwise I really don't talk about it. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it to the wrong person and like their views because like I don't want to get in a huge argument because you know people have their different views and stuff, and I don't want to get in a huge argument or lose a friend over some you know something that I believe in,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
something they might not something they might not believe in.
Mm-hmm. Friendships are more important for you than differing views.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you see a lot, at least I've been seeing a lot of people saying, like, hey, if you even talk anything about Trump, you know, defriend me right now. You know,
Hmm.
I don't know, it seems that polarization worries me.
Hmm.
You know, interesting. Any other kind of thoughts that you have about the world or life or the news or anything?
No.
Cool. All right, I have a list of random questions. I only ask three,
Okay.
and they range from numbers 1 to 45. So choose three numbers between 1 and 45, and I'll ask you those questions.
32, 12, and 4.
Oh, cool. I don't. Wow, that was fast, and I don't think anyone has chosen four.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's awesome. Okay, 32. What is that? Oh, what has been your worst decision?
Just in life,
Yeah, the first thing that comes to mind.
probably procrastinating on schoolwork. I procrastinate so hard. I need to get I mean, recently I've been doing good. I've been getting my grades good, but
Just waiting
I
to the
need to get
last
that
minute.
school path for my autos stuff. That's what I really want to do.
Dude, everyone procrastinates. I'm not, saying it's good, but everyone does it,
Hmm.
in one way or another.
Yeah.
12. Let's see. Ah, okay. I'm excited to hear your answer to this one. What is your most embarrassing story?
Let's see. Probably have to let's see. Off the top of my head. Probably when I was at school. I don't know what grade I was. I was in grade school still. Maybe like anywhere from first grade to third grade. I was going to the bathroom after getting out of gym, and I guess I didn't realize there was a wet sign and there was water all over the floor. I did the splits completely and got a hernia. I think that was one of my most embarrassing moments.
That's good. That's a good one,
I know.
man. Oh, that's a funny one. The splits. I don't think I've ever done that. Maybe on ice or something once.
Yeah. It hurt. Just remember the pain. I couldn't walk straight for a couple days until the surgery.
Oh
I had to
no.
get surgery. Yeah, I had a hernia.
Oh no. Dude, wait, I don't
Yep.
even what name do you want to be called on this? You can use a code name or your actual name.
Uh, I'll just go by my nickname, Mark. I'll go
Mark.
as Mark. Yeah.
Okay. How did that surgery end up? I guess
It
okay.
went good. Yeah.
Okay, number 4.
No one's used that yet.
No, that's right. Number 4. What has been your kindest act?
Um, my kindest act. I mean, let's see. I don't know. I mean, I like helping people a lot, like I said before. So I mean, I like to do a lot of nice stuff for people or help people. It's like I've helped a lot of people before, friend group. Um, I don't know. I mean, really, I'm just like the therapist in the group. I'll listen to people. I'll help them. So I mean, I'm just being there for my friends. That's what a true friend does, being there for people that are in need, helping them through things. So, I like to help people. I like to find people in need that need help more than or people that well, no. Well, yeah, just I like helping people.
Yeah. It sounds like you enjoy being present with people,
Hmm.
just being there for them, just being there. And yeah,
Even
there's
with my brother's funeral, I was there for everyone else. I worried about everyone else before myself. I'd make sure everything else was okay.
do you ever think that in that way I feel like we may be similar. Do you feel like that's a coping mechanism for not having to like deal with things yourself?
Yeah, make sure other people are okay. Help people. You know.
Do you ever have time for yourself to like this is going to sound dramatic, but like have yourself a nice cry or I don't
Hmm.
know, to just allow yourself to be
Feel things. Yeah,
yeah, you
because
do.
normally I'm not really emotional.
It's tough when you're considered when you think of yourself and other people see you as a rock, right?
Hmm.
As solid. It's hard to give yourself a moment to be human.
Yeah.
Cool. Dude, this has been great.
It has been. It's been my good one of my good experiences on here.
I'm glad that the universe brought us together and we were able to talk. Um,
Hmm.
so I'll be uploading this video, um, and like right now. and so make sure to
You'll edit it, upload it. Yeah,
yeah,
I think I already checked out. I already have your channel tabbed up.
awesome. So make sure to subscribe so you'll be able to see when it pops up. And do you have
Okay.
any uh, last thoughts that you'd like to
Not
share?
really. I mean, it's been good talking to you.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I don't think I've actually talked to anyone named Mark on here yet. After 170 interviews, I'm surprised. Mark
Yeah.
is the one of the four apostles. All
Yeah.
right, dude. Well, it was nice talking to you.
Yep.
Have a good one.
Yep. You too.